This is Darshana Gauchan with your B2B Cambodia Market update for July 7, 2025. The Cambodia Securities Exchange Index was down 0.21 points or 0.05% and closed at 405.23. Total trade volume was down with 92,176 shares changing hands at a total value of 607 million real or over $150,000. On the main board, two stocks were up. Leading the market was Sihanoukville Autonomous Port up 0.34% or 40 real to 11,960 real per share, followed by Akleda Bank, which was up 0.29% or 20 real to 6,920 real per share. On the downside, two stocks declined. The biggest loser of the day was Grand Twins International, which dropped 6.39% or 400 real to 5,860 real per share, followed by Phnom Penh Water Supply Authority, which was down 0.30% or 20 real to 6,540 real per share. Meanwhile, Phnom Penh Autonomous Port, Royal Group Phnom Penh SEZ, Pestec Cambodia, MJQ Education, and Cam GSM remained flat. Over on the growth board, JS Land dropped 2.08% or 60 real to 2,820 real per share, while DBD Engineering stayed flat at 2,040 real per share. Akleda Bank recorded the highest trade volume of the day with 29,129 shares changing hands at a total value of 200.9 million real or about $50,000, approximately 32% of Monday's trade volume. Sihanoukville Autonomous Port recorded the second highest trade volume of the day with 19,279 shares changing hands at a total value of 231.8 million real or over $57,600, about 21% of July 7th's trade volume. Moving on to the exchange rate, the Khmer Real to USD strengthened slightly to 4,016 real per US dollar, while the US dollar index was up to 97.42. Looking at global commodities, oil paired losses on Monday as a tight physical oil market offset the impact of OPEC Plus hiking oil output more than expected in August, as well as concern about the potential impact of U.S. tariffs on economic growth and oil demand. OPEC Plus and their allies agreed on Saturday to raise production by 548,000 barrels per day in August, more than the 411,000 barrels per day hikes that they made for the earlier 3 months. Brent crude futures fell as low as $67.22 a barrel and were down 22 cents or 0.3% to $68.08 US West Texas Intermediate crude was at $66.63 down 37 cents or 0.6% up from an earlier low of $65.40 Gold prices slipped to a near one-week low on Monday due to an uptick in the US dollar, with investors awaiting details on the trade front ahead of US President Donald Trump's tariff deadline. Spot gold fell 0.8% to $3,309.09 per ounce. U.S. gold futures shed 0.7% to $3,319. U.S. stock futures fell early Monday after President Donald Trump threatened an additional 10% tariff on countries that align with what is described as anti-American policies of BRICS. He also confirmed that tariffs are set to go into effect August 1st, not July 9th. Trump did not elaborate on any specific policies of BRICS. The announcement came as the group's meeting is underway in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. As of the time of the Cambodian market's closing, Dow Jones Industrial Average futures slid by 83 points or 0.2%. S&P 500 futures and Nasdaq 100 futures dipped 0.5% and 0.6% respectively. This was Darshana Gauchan with your B2B Cambodia Market update for July 7th.